And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Storm Collectibles reviews. We've done the other two boss characters that are currently available, Goro and Shao Kahn, and now let's move on to Mortal Kombat 3's Motaro, the Centaur from Outworld, the Centaur General of Shao Kahn. Let's take a look at him. No blurb on this one. Very little writing, just says 2 interchangeable head sculpts. And he comes with a fireball, and there he is in a few of his poses. And also, very interestingly, this is a 2-pack because he comes with a skeleton, which is supposed to be part of a fatality. So we are very excited to see that. And also, Goro and Shao Kahn were second hand. Motaro is brand new. So we get to cut open the seal. We shall release Motaro into the world. We shall try to release Motaro into the world. We shall try to cut open his reins. We have unlocked the seal of Motaro. Excellent. Very good. Off to a good start. So let us try and open this if we can. Carefully now. There we are, there we go. And here we have him. So let us see exactly what we are getting. Oh, we have the fresh smell of plastic. There we go. Oh, there's a line of sellotape on him. That's unusual. Also, to show you the inside of the box is the Mortal Kombat logo, which is very nice, very pretty. It says Mortal Kombat on it. So if you want that as a backdrop, you could potentially do that. If you want to rip apart your box, which I have no particular interest in. So we have a big line of sellotape that came out of nowhere. It was, I see, it is the stand. And this stand is, hopefully you can see that in camera. This stand is for the fireball, I believe. Okay, we shall deal with sellotape later. Let us look at our figure. So this front part comes off, as such. And it looks like the first thing we have is the skeleton. So, this skeleton is very, very interesting because he is the exact same skeleton as the Golden Axe skeleton that you can get as a 2-pack, which is a completely articulate skeleton, but he's designed to be a fatality piece for Motaro. So let us just take out this little bit here. If my grand claws would allow me. The grand claws are the names of my long nails, because I am the grand cat, and what is a cat without claws? There we are. So this skeleton is very nice. I know we are starting off with the fatality piece, which is not normally what you do, has head movement. I believe the jaw opens. I've seen the jaw open in other videos or photographs. You know what? We'll leave the jaw just now. I shall presume it opens. It has the shoulder swivel. It has a small butterfly joint here that you can kind of see. But I'm just being very, very extra careful with it because it feels very delicate. And as you can see, it does come with alternate hands and such as well. This figure feels a lot more brittle than the other Storm Collectibles by far. He might not be. I might just be being overly careful with him. He's got the spine swivel there. The spine is has 2 movement pieces, one in the middle and one at the hips. So that's quite cool. Put him into a lot of different poses. Leg is on a ball rotation. The knee is on a kind of ball rotation. You guys can see that. Make of that what you will. The ankles, yeah, that's on a little swivel kind of thing there. Not going to play too much with that, don't want any of these parts coming off. And You know, actually, it doesn't seem that bad a figure. I don't know if anyone remember, but there was a secret character in Mortal Kombat 4 called Meat, and Meat would use the moveset of each character in turn, basically. So if you want to have your Mortal Kombat canon, you can pretend that this is Meat, which is a secret character from Mortal Kombat 4 that everyone seems to have forgotten about, apart from me, because I remember the lore. I remember it, and so should you. I'm not the nostalgia critic. I'm not going to remember it so you don't have to. So, Meat, you can go over there and let us get into the real meat of this figure. Ha ha ha, that's a pun. And let us look at Motaro, who is freaking huge. So this is 2 additional wrist joints, I believe, which is very nice to see, just in case anything happens to your first wrist joint. We'll look at the stand later on. I think we've spent enough time looking at additional pieces. Let's look at the main thing. So let us take off his plastic coating, some nice and fresh. And let us pull out Mr. Motaro. Oh, he is huge. He is a heavy, heavy beast. He's a big horse, man. Remove this extra piece of plastic as well, which also had a bit of sellotape on it. And we'll look at your accessories in just a moment. For now, let us look at Motaro. So, my goodness, what a beast. So he has the swivel motions, he has the shoulders, the legs rotate a little bit. His hoofs look a little bit like high heels. That's weird. But then I suppose that's what horses' hoofs do look like, isn't it? The back legs also come on a little bit of a ball joint, but because of the model of it, it doesn't extend that far. Does this move? Ah, yes. It does have the back knees that most 4-legged animals do have. The hoofs are actually the softer rubber, so that's quite cool. The tail, I believe, has a metal rod in it, so you can position the tail however you feel like. Does this move up? Okay, so it seems between here and here is just soft plastic with no actual... Oh, okay. No, there is a bit of rod in it. But the rest of the tail is really fluid. This is very, very nice. Let's look at the underbelly. So as you can see, the metal tail goes right around to the front and into the kind of codpiece, I suppose. And it also goes around the back here. So it makes me wonder if the tail was, if centaurs in Mortal Kombat are actually born with this tail, or if this is an attachment, a weapon, where maybe they have the original tail removed and they add on this big scorpion tail instead. Obviously not Scorpion the character's tail, I mean a Scorpion the animal's tail. Not to be confused, since we are talking about Mortal Kombat. So, the head, nice head swivel, nice head joint. He has the butterfly shoulders. His arms are huge, he's very, very muscular as well, as Motaro should be. Has the bicep swivel, butterfly, shoulder rotation. The arm is the double joint. And of course, he has the hand movement. So, same on this side. Again. Can be a little bit stiff at first. This one's actually not that stiff. He's actually very well made. He's very good. I think maybe Strong Collectibles are getting better at making figures, and they were already good at making figures to start with. So seeing them improve in quality is just fantastic. But this is the newest figure of the Mortal Kombats that I own. So it's nice to see the difference between this and the earlier Shao Kahn and Goro. So, yes. So moral of the story here is you want to go for the latest Strong Collectibles figures rather than the earlier ones. Although the earlier ones do go for a lot more and they're a little bit harder to come by. They are quite rare. So if you do have that, congratulations. So, he is very, very nice. He is very, very huge. And, right, let's look at his accessories then, shall we? I think that is the next thing to do. So, as we see here, this is Motaro's Fireball, which, if anyone has played the original Mortal Kombat 3, then I'm sure you'll remember that Motaro fires his fireball from his tail that comes across like this and goes "Plah." And that's the official sound of his fireball is "Plah." Apparently, another thing about Motaro is one, he can teleport from one side of the screen to the other. Two, his tail swipe, his sweep went full screen. His back kick forced you across the other side of the screen. So did his punch, and he could grab you and hit you that way. And he could jump into you, and also any projectiles bounced off and hit back at you. So he was quite a difficult character to beat, unless you just spammed jump kicks, which wasn't much you could do about that. In retrospect, I'm not actually convinced Motaro had an uppercut. That's a weird thing to think of. He must have done. He must have had a down hard punch. Everyone did. Goro did, Kintaro definitely did, and Shao Kahn obviously did, but just can't think of a fireball for Motaro. Okay, we are opening this now. There we are. So let's see what it is we're working with here. This is all brand new to me, so I'm learning this as you are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little cylinder things. Presumably these just click into one another. Oh no, okay. Maybe they click in a specific order. And then it has, this base has 3 holes. That's here. It's actually 5 holes. Ah, okay. This might be something to play with off camera, just to see what I'm supposed to do. Oh, well, okay. Maybe it does the other. No, some holes are bigger than others. It almost seems like a puzzle. That's weird. Strong Collectibles just handing out puzzles to people with no explanation. Also, I don't actually know. Oh, there's a hole at the bottom of this for this to go into. So stay. Which one's the thinnest hole? Is it this one? Yes. So once you put them all together, then you can have the fireball at whatever height you feel like by adding or removing additional things. Maybe something like that. There. How's that look? Make it a little bit taller. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. And this one is a double one. How do you use the double one? Oh, the double one must just be for if you want to make it the shortest possible one. Like there. Nope. Dropped one. Don't worry, I've got it. Well, that's interesting. Interesting to see. So, yeah, there's how the fireball works. It comes with a little stand. It's just kind of cool, I suppose, for an additional feature. And let's bring back meat again. And you can see comparison size of meat next to Motaro, which is very cool. So let's look at Motaro's additional hands. He has 2 sets of hands. One is a open palm with his 3 fingers. If you would focus. 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 Fine, don't focus. Okay, hold it out a little bit more and it focuses. So he's got the open palm and he also has the grip palm. Now the grip palm is very important and I shall show you exactly why. And the other head Motaro comes with is the angry and raged head, which once again is refusing to focus. There we are. I love the detail that goes into this. See just the sculpt of the ears, the nose, the mouth, the jawline, the eyebrows. Very, very cool. Even the mohawk is really, really well done in terms of what he's got. So it really is an impressive figure. So the reason why the grip is so important is, well, first of all, let's move you over here, and also Meat, as I'm going to call him, the bloody skeleton, stands really well. He stands absolutely perfectly. So if we remove this hand here, we attach the grip hand. No, my goodness, nothing to be worried about. It just takes a little bit of pressure and prodding to Motaro trying to knock over Meat. I see that. Note that. It's not easy. Let me just get a bit of better positioning. But the fact that it is stiff is good because it means that it will stick. It isn't going to fall off easily. You don't want one that's too loose, otherwise you have the exact opposite problem, and I'd rather have it be too stiff than too loose, as long as it doesn't break. So, the grip hand, yes, that is what we were doing. Let me just get myself into position for posing in front of the camera, which, as I keep telling you, is a really, really bad idea, but I keep doing it for some reason. I think I'm some sort of idiot. So, there we have the wonderful grip hold of Motaro for his fatality. And you may be thinking, that looks like a crap fatality. And well, that's because we haven't finished. Because the skeleton skull fits perfectly into this hand. And then you can have Mr. Bloody Skeleton like this, with his hands down and his feet dangling. And there you have it. So now it looks like Motaro has literally just ripped the skeleton out of someone's body, which is very cool. It's similar to Sub-Zero's fatality, where he rips out the person's head and spine, but times 10, where he rips out the entire skeleton. So, now that we've seen that, let's do a little size comparison before we end the video and we go any further. So, as you can see, Motaro is absolutely massive. And let's compare him to our regular size Strong Collectible first, as we always do, which is Kazuya. And as you can see, Motaro is far, far taller than what Kazuya is. Let's just move the camera down a little bit now that we've done the unboxing, so that we can get a sense of the scale. There you go. There. Up a little bit. I am a perfectionist. There, okay, that's good enough. So, yes, there we have it. The size of Kazuya in comparison to Motaro, which absolutely would be to scale. I believe that Meat the Skeleton is, yep, the size of a regular human, as you can see. So that's quite cool. But, yes, as you can see, Motaro is quite massive. And also, Motaro is very, very long as well. I think he's actually longer than what Kazuya is tall. If you want to see the size comparison of that. So that is quite a cool thing to see. Let's move Kazuya out of the way, and let's bring in Motaro's boss. He is the Emperor of Outworld. He is Khan. He is Shao Kahn. And as we can see here, Motaro is much, much taller than the throne again. And obviously Shao Kahn is much bigger than a regular human. So as you can see, Motaro is to scale with that boss-like character. And you can see the biceps of Shao Kahn and Motaro are on about the same scale. And Shao Kahn is, meant to be absolutely massive in terms of muscular strength as well. So it's very, very nice to see. Very, very cool. I also love the leg definition. Just in the see any kind of points of muscle, especially when it's like biologically correct, and that would be about right. That would be about the the muscle at the front of the femur that I've forgotten the name of. I don't know much about horses, but I do know about humans, and that is the I've forgotten its name. But it's a very, very painful muscle if you do any damage to it, because it is what links your knee to your hip and is pretty much what allows you to walk. So, it's not tricep. It's not tricep and a bicep. Those are the arm muscles, but it's something like the tricep. Unfortunately, I've forgotten his name. And let us now take a look at the Mortal Kombat 1 boss, Goro. And as you can see, these two are pretty much the same height. Goro is a little bit taller than what Motaro is in terms of height. As you can see, the waist is almost the same thing. If we get a straight line here, you can see that the waist of Goro is just about the waist of Motaro, but what really makes the difference here is the height of the actual upper body, which is needed for these additional shoulder muscles, the additional shoulder parts, because otherwise you have to make Goro look very, very strange. And the thing is, putting Goro into concept is a very, very difficult thing to do, but I do like that they've got roughly the same height of Goro and Motaro, which is very nice to see. But before we finish off, this is just remove meat for just a second. We didn't look at Meat's additional hands. Let's do that very quickly. So as you can see, he has grip hands, finger pointing hands, the open tiger strike hands, and pointing hands, I assume. So open tiger grip, pointing, and the grip hands, for actually holding an item. Well, that does make sense because the golden axe skeletons do come with a sword and shield, I do believe. So another thing that I want to try, just for funsies, is having Motaro on his back legs, which I've seen some people do, and it looks rather cool. Also, Motaro still has his nice fresh plastic mould smell, so I think we're going to have to do something like this. Let's see if we do something a bit more like this. He is quite hard to balance because he's not meant to be on his forelegs, but I know this might be a little bit out of camera, but we're going to do something cool here. We're going to have Goro and Motaro fighting because Centaurs and Shokans hate each other. There we go. That is a little bit of posing done just on the edge there. You know what, I think I'm just going to take this off the stand, which is rare for me to do. Just do a little look around. So as you can see, that does look quite cool when you see, so Motaro obviously on his hind legs on the back, like his horseway, he is significantly taller than what Goro is, so it's very nice to see that they can do action poses like this. So I think that's it for this video. This is very cool, and yes, I really like this Motaro, and we shall see you all in the next video. So goodbye everybody.